So today we're going to talk about the term beware of fame. So fame, Jeezy talked about this in his album 103. He made a whole song about it and he was talking about haters. I got two modes of thought and one action step. So the first mode of thought, the crabs in the barrel. If you ever see crabs in the barrel, what they do is you see one try to climb out the bucket and try to get out the barrel. And what typically happens is, which is inevitable, is another crab will latch onto its leg. And when it latches onto its leg, the crab has two choices to make. One, continue to climb out the barrel and leave its limb, because of course the pincer of the other crab is strong, or let go and fall down and be in the barrel with the rest of them and eventually share the same fate. So I believe that in our culture we have this issue. We have this issue where, if somebody's doing better than us, we try to pull them down. We try to break them down. We try to pull them down because we're upset because they're doing better than us. And that's not the right way of thinking. When you do that, you hurt yourself in the process, as well as hurt the culture in general. You're not just hurting yourself, or you're not going to propel yourself forward. And if you propel yourself forward, your success is not going to last for so long, because you're not going to build a community around you. You're building a false foundation. I remember when I was watching All Eyes on Me, and Tupac, he uses music to propel himself, and there was a guy that seen him when he didn't have anything. He didn't pay him much mind, and then when he did see him, and then he did pay him some mind, and Tupac tried to big him up, and the dude just kind of talked trash about him, which led to an issue that Tupac had. That's what I'm talking about, the crabs in the barrel mentality. This guy didn't big him up and help him out. He actually talked down to him and antagonized him, which created an issue. Big your people up. Big the people around you up. If they're doing good, tell them they're doing good. If you have a skill set that can help them propel even further, then do that. Don't be afraid of the fact that they're gonna propel and do good, because if you help them out and you done it genuinely, they're gonna help you out. Abundance versus scarcity mentality. So what happens is that if you do make it and you're doing good, you try to separate yourself from the people who propelled you forward. Bill Cosby, one of those main people who was talking junk about the black community, and when his court case came up, they tried to move it to Philly. I guess to try to move it around to Philly for him to be around his peers, but we're not his peers. The people that are judging him were his peers. Thus forth, they didn't let him go to Philly. Basically, the abundance mentality is when you have it, you can give and you can help others. And scarcity is that you have something you don't want to give to others for fear that they may end up having more to you, or may, again, in this case, propel further than you. So you're not going to give them a skill set. You're not going to help them out. You're not going to do anything to help them propel and go forward. You're just going to keep it all to yourself. That's not leadership. That's relying on rank. And when you do that, again, you hurt yourself and you take away from the culture in general. You take away from yourself. You hurt yourself, because what happens is you're not going to build a community around yourself, and you're going to be left on the island all by yourself trying to figure out how things work. When you help propel somebody forward, it just gives you a model to move forward. It's not hurting you, because they're giving you a model said, if I can do it, you can do it. Instead, what you do is, that person's hurting, you're hurting, everybody's hurting. The community, the culture doesn't move forward. So abundance is always going to be the way to go for me. Now, I'm not saying just willy-nilly give away, give to people or whatnot. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you have to look for genuine people who are actually truly trying, and help them out. And they're going to help you out. If they are true to themselves and true to who they are, they're going to help you in the time that you need. back to the crabs in the barrel mentality. Actually, it's actually all around topic, but we need to support our black businesses more. The black dollar, I don't like saying black, but the Negro dollar only rotates for 6 hours. In other communities, it's at least a day or so, a couple of days, and it only rotates 6 hours in our community. We're not helping each other out. We're going to other places. That's what they did. That's a part of the video, deconstruction of Negro wealth. When Black Wall Street was burned down to the ground, they got rid of desegregation. Why did they do that? Because they realized our consumer dollars were good or consistent. Because now we're in 2018, and us as consumers are only 14% of the population, and we contribute $1.2 trillion towards buying shit that we don't need. We're more consumers than we produce. So what happened? They got rid of Black Wall Street. We started going to the places that we couldn't go to, and now we no longer support black businesses the way we should. We need to get back to that. We need to get back to that. We need to get back to supporting black companies. Now, here's a caveat to that. If your company is some shit, if your service is some shit, don't expect people to help you out. Don't expect people to come to you and, buy services from you just on the strength of your color, your skin. That doesn't work. You have to provide good service. You have to have a good product, and you just have to treat people right. If you treat people like crap, don't pawn it off to the fact that they don't support black businesses. That's not what it is. Is your service is some crap. So always look to yourself first. So look to yourself, who's a business owner or whatever you're doing, selling products or entrepreneur, and look to see if you have a good product first or you have good service, and then go from there. And if you're doing that, then people are going to support you. But if your service is some crap or you put out a crap product, then you can't say, well, my business isn't being supported by, by blacks, Negroes, or whatever the case is, right? You need to have a good product. You need to have a good service. And if they do have a good service and a good product, big them up. Support them. DMX. I like DMX. He's one of my favorite rappers. One thing that I noticed when he did movies, when he did Cradle to the Grave and Exit Wounds, so 2 movies, his right-hand man, Drag On, was in both of those movies. So he didn't just take him along for the rapping ride, he also took him along for the actor. He took him in, and he was able to get money from both rapping and that. So he took him in and he bigged him up. Jay-Z.
Got a pound cake. Niggas is frontin', that's upside down cake. Get them a red nose, they clown cakes. I should've never let you round cake. Look at my niggas in the lotto did. They made millions, Biggs made millions. Ye made millions, Just made millions. Lior made millions, Cam made millions. Beans will tell you if he wasn't in his feelings. I'm back in my bag.
Big him up. Jay-Z and Pound Cake by Drake. He said that the people around him in his circle at least touched $1 million. Now, what they did with that money is actually not his issue, but him as being the leader of his team and putting them on and showing them the way. They were able to come up with some income and come up with their own platform and their own lanes. Now, what they're doing now, don't know. But we know Jay-Z's doing his thing. LeBron's probably the best example. LeBron, of course, you guys know his story. He didn't go to college or anything like that. He went straight to basketball, and he put his friends on. And not only did he give them money, I don't know if he gave them money, but what I've heard is that he gave them jobs, and he built his community around him. And by giving them jobs, now they're bigging him up and again pushing him forward, pushing him upwards. So now he's not just a basketball player anymore. He's a philanthropist. That's a hard word to say. Philanthropist. He's got a school. He built a school. He's helping out the community. He's got movies, 88 Blocks. He's a voice in Little Feat. something like that, one of those movies. So he's expanded his horizon. His manager is one of his friends, a person that he grew up with, he put on and he helped him out, and they're helping him expand his horizon. And LeBron is killing it. He also invested money into into the Beats by Dre. So, you know, we can benefit from bigging each other up and helping each other out. We just need to figure it out. Who are the people who need the help? So here's a call to action. The call to action is we're going to create this thing called the Green Book. Me and my friends are going to create this thing called the Green Book. It's black businesses that are in the local area that you can buy things from. So I'm going to try to come up with at least 3 companies for as many categories I can come up with. You can help too with creating this Green Book and just coming up with some good businesses that we can help each other out and big each other up, because I keep saying this in my videos, we're losing. I'll say it again, we're losing. We're not helping each other out. The system wasn't created to help us out. We can utilize the system to some extent, but all in all, the system wasn't created for us. If I go buy a car today, if my credit's some crap, but if my credit was good, I went to go buy a car, I wouldn't get it close to the retail value. I would get the more expensive end. That's just how the cookies crumble. I'm not mad, I'm not sad. What I'm doing is putting these videos on so that we can help each other out. That's just how it goes. But things can be easier if we help each other out. So I want to create this Green Book. I got the idea from a lady friend of mine. She was thinking about it and researched it, and I think it was created in the 1920s for black businesses, for when people traveled and they couldn't shop at certain places. What they did is they created this book for people to be able to shop at black businesses. So I decided I was going to add that into the video. She told me about it today. I'm going to create that. We're going to collaborate and create that, and I'm just going to do that. If you need any help with building a business or coming up with ideas, feel free to shoot me a DM or a message. I'm in the process of creating a group called Autobots, which is also going to be a networking group. I like the term Autobots. I like Autobots. I like Transformers. So I decided that's what I'm going to name this group. There's going to be a networking group where I have a variety of people and a variety of professions helping and building each other up and bigging each other up. I'm a firm believer of that, and that's why I created the Autobots. Of course, I chose the Autobots, not the Decepticons, for virtuous reasons. So yeah, you know, beware of fame. You know, don't be that crab that pulls somebody down, but you know, help somebody up. Don't be a crab at all. Be somebody who propels somebody upwards. If you have the capacity to do so, why not? If you don't have money to help big somebody up, utilize your skill sets to help big them up. That's what I'm going to do with some of my friends. I'm utilizing some of my skill sets to be able to push them and propel them towards their goals, their financial goals. You know, and I want to make it. I want to be successful, but I don't want to be successful by myself. I want my friends to be successful too. So that's probably why it's taken me a little bit longer to be successful, because it's just not in me to just forget everybody and to say F everybody else and just focus on myself and not try to help other people out. I've tried it. It doesn't work. That's why I'm doing these videos, because I do have to focus. You know, the notion by itself is not wrong. I do have to focus on propelling myself. So by doing these videos, I'm able to offset some of that innate nature to help people and have people create ideas of their own and build their own companies and their own brand. So yeah, beware of fame, people.